Yo, what's good, y'all? MJ here at MJ the Greatest on Instagram and Twitter, back with this week's video. Shout out to y'all for the love, the comment, the likes, the following, the subscribing, the supporting, everything, all the love, however you show it, whether it's by commenting, whether it's by sharing this video, whether it's by sharing my old video, whatever it was, however you do it, thank you. I appreciate you. Let's get into it. So this week's video is going to be about it's gonna be about what everybody's talking about. Y'all know, tariffs. I'm almost tired of hearing the word at this point, because it's just like, man, like this whole, especially this like past week, it's just been like, man, that's been like the topic on everybody's mind, especially like for like us, you know what I'm saying, like business owners, creators, entrepreneurs, people who like use the supply chain to get things done, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I thought this would be a great sort of video for today. And so before I get too deep into like everything, I want to just start by saying, like, I'm not a political professional, like I'm not a supply chain professional. Like, do your own research, but I'm gonna do the best I can to give you guys the information, knowledge that I do have from experience only. Like, I don't want to give you guys knowledge about stuff that I haven't gone through, or that I'm not using, or that I'm not doing. Like, all the stuff that I'm gonna basically talk about today is how I feel, and based on experience and personal feeling. And I'm trying to keep emotions and feelings out of it, because when you're doing business, you kind of don't want to have those like things lingering around. You kind of just want to make decisions based on, you know, data, facts, things that you actually know. And moods can change. So you might hear news about a tariff and get anxious and get worried, and then make a move, and then, you know, 2 days later that was like fake news, and so now you got to double back and stuff. So that leads me right into the first thing that I would say. Just don't do anything. Just take a deep breath, be patient, and wait. You know, a lot of things, especially a lot of things that are outside of our own control, like we can't control who gets taxed, who doesn't get taxed, imports, exports, like a lot of this stuff is way above our heads, you know what I'm saying? So with a lot of these different things, my first reaction is to kind of just like let the smoke settle, let all the news come out, let all the information come out. Like, we have so many different people telling us things, we got information coming from so many different places. Like let's just let the dust settle, you know what I'm saying? Sooner or later, we're gonna figure out what these tariffs really mean, what they really are, what the percentages are they gonna be taken back in the next week? Like, there's still information that we're getting rapidly every single day. So the first thing that I would say is just pause, take a deep breath, look around, and just pause, you know what I'm saying? I said it to you guys a couple videos ago. It's just like, slow and steady, that really does win the race, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to make any rash decisions or emotional decisions because you heard some news or you see this headline. Just take a second and relax, because you got to think about it. Yes, we have businesses that depend on the supply chain, but just like I said, a lot of these things are above our head. Imagine the $1 million, billion-dollar businesses who also dependent on the supply chain, you know what I'm saying? Like, they are the real ones who are like almost like pulling their hair out over this stuff. So if they're stressing out about it, let them stress out about it, because they got $1 billion to be stressed about, you know what I'm saying? So first piece of advice, don't rush, do anything, you know what I'm saying? Take your time, let things come out as they're coming out. Secondly, think local, you know. So I actually got to give credit to basically the topic of this video to my boy Zell. Shout out Zell. But he was just asking me, and a few of my other friends who are creatives and entrepreneurs, etc. He just asked, you know, it's like, what do you guys have a plan? And when he asked me that, I was just like, I don't know why I got surprised, but I'm just kind of like, no, I'm like, no, I don't have a plan. I started to think about it as he said it, because I'm like, you know, as more news is coming out and you're hearing about, you know, these both sides going back and forth as far as China and the US. And so that's when I really kind of started to think deeper about it for myself, of like, oh wait, how does this affect my business, right? How is this going to play out in the future? And it's going to affect my sales. It's going to affect how I do work, how I do this and that. And so basically, like I said, gave birth to this video today and this topic. So after I said, you know, stay patient, and the next thing that I would suggest is looking local. Look around. So that was basically the next conversation that I had with him, was like, man, I just wish that it was being here in Cleveland. I wish it was one place where you could go to look to see like what are all the services offered in your area, your community, or your city. I feel like that would help even like the artist communities and entrepreneurs communities, and like I feel like that would all help each, like it would just be one big ecosystem where we could help each other grow, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, if I can go to a person local who's like down the street or a block away to go get my samples done, that would cut out significant amount of time that it would take for me to get a sample done in China and get it shipped here and do it like that. Or if I can get a sample done, you know, a couple cities over or a city over, instead of having to wait 2 weeks to get a sample done from China, like those are real things that would really help out a lot, you know what I'm saying? But as to everything, there's pros and cons, you know what I'm saying? The reason that a lot of production is done in China is because you can get it produced for cheaper. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that the quality is cheaper, the product is not as valuable, but there's a reason why most of the things that we have are produced in China. Now, for producing domestically, that doesn't just mean that your quality of materials is going to be this much better and your service is going to be that much better. I've worked with some American manufacturers, and it's reasons why I've worked with Chinese manufacturers for the most part, you know what I'm saying? That's not to diss any American manufacturers. I actually think this is a big opportunity for American manufacturers to make a big splash in the market and make a big resurgence and get their customer base up. Price point is definitely the big thing that I think will be an obstacle for them. But another kind of like point to the conversation I was having with my boys a couple days ago was just like, if it's the same price for me to produce my products, get them shipped and delivered here, as it's the price for me to get it produced in the US, then I'm just gonna get it produced in the US if it's the same price. But at the end of the day, that's gonna be the determining factor for whoever it is, right? If you have the extra money to pay for it to be produced in US, if it costs a little bit more, then you're gonna do that. If you don't, you might wait and say, well, I want to see what China's doing and how this is gonna affect the Chinese market and the imports, etc. And you can't go wrong with either, you know what I'm saying? You can't go wrong with either. It's really specific based onto your situation and your pretty much philosophy, how you want to go about it. I'm just telling you guys how I experienced it and how I've kind of been navigating / going through it. I know I told you guys in the sample video and in the new release video about some sample producers. Alibaba's one. Now, Printful and Printify, I don't think they are Chinese companies. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that they're not, so you don't have to really worry about them. Alibaba definitely is a Chinese company, so I'm even myself still interested to see how that's gonna like work out for them. Printful and Printify, double check on those and make sure that those aren't Chinese. I don't know if I can't say for sure right now at this moment if they are or not. So hopefully those shouldn't be affected at all by these tariffs and anything like that. So those should still be good to go to get your samples and stuff like that, if you don't want to go the local route, or if you don't have anybody that could do it locally. I've been seeing a lot myself of even like local artists or some local artists that I know, like basically putting themselves out there, like letting people know like, oh, I offer these services, like this is a good chance for, if you guys want to do business with me or see what my work is capable of, I can do that. That's what I think this is for, right? So I think it's also, while it could be like an anxious or frantic time, it's also a good opportunity for people who do offer services, or people who are looking to work with people locally to make those connections happen. You know what I'm saying? I think this is a really good time for that. Secondly, or I think I'm on like third now, but whatever. I just want to give you guys a couple US based businesses that you guys can go to get some samples, or not samples, blanks. So there's this nice site called bulkapparel.com. You got blankapparel.com. So you got bulk apparel, you got blank apparel, and then you got this other cool site, which is Superline Wholesale. Shout out to Superline. They're really cool. These are all US based companies that offer various different blanks for whatever you're looking for: t-shirts, hoodies, pants, you know, whatever you guys are looking for, they should be able to have a blank for that. I've used all three of those, so they're all really good. I can vouch for all of them. And just to give you guys something that is, you know what I'm saying, US based, is stable. It's not something that you guys have to worry about, are the prices going to increase on this because of these tariffs, or is it this or that? Like, I'm pretty sure that they're all the US based companies and things that I said, they're going to stay about the same, so you don't have that much to worry about there. Other than that, I think we're all just kind of sitting back and waiting to see like what will be the conclusion of all of this. I don't really try to involve myself in the deep inner workings of politics, because it's just a lot more moving parts than I can account for. You know what I'm saying? I got enough, we all got enough moving parts in my life, in our lives. We can't sit and think about every single tax policy and legislation that comes out every single day. There's people that have jobs for that, you know, and they're called politicians. So we kind of gotta, you know, rely on the people that are in those positions to do their jobs, and have faith that, you know, it'll all work out best for us. But I don't want you guys to stress over anything that you can't control, because that's just a waste of your energy. We got to use our energy on being productive, moving positive, moving forward, you know what I'm saying, controlling what we can control, and just doing our thing. So I think that's about 10 minutes. Shout out to y'all for rocking with me week by week. Please hit that subscribe button if you made it this far. Peace, y'all. Catch y'all next week.